More AI stuff.
Yahoo.
Okay, the first bit of news: AI assisted translation and localization. So what they've been doing, I guess for a while, is using AI tools to try to translate a lot of the dubs and subs, like the scripts or whatever.
Yeah.
And I mean, I kind of assumed that was happening, but apparently there's a lot of issues. I have an example here, I guess, of one translation that went wrong. I'll put it on the screen, but someone said one of the translations was, "What you're doing is a carcinogen." I guess what they're trying to say is what you're doing is like cancer or something like that. Yeah. But no one would say in English, it's what you're doing is a carcinogen. So,
well, I guess if they're gonna do that, you would think there would be an actual translator to like double check like the meanings behind things.
Yeah,
because if you're gonna have use a machine to translate everything. But you would still want somebody to be a backup to make sure everything sounds accurate.
So they do that, but apparently it's actually taking longer for the person to review the AI assisted translation and then go back and edit it. Apparently it takes a little bit longer. I don't know how true that is, but I can imagine it's like, well, I'm just listening to it and typing as I'm going, versus now I have to listen and watch and then stop and then edit it, So maybe it's not totally, maybe it's not that much longer, but it seems as if, you bring in a new technology and then it's bringing on more problems.
Yeah.
Like you bring in, you start with the horse and buggy, right? And then you bring in gas powered cars, and now we have a hole in the ozone layer and global warming, right?
Yeah, true.
And then you bring in electronic vehicles and AI assisted driving, or automated driving, and then now it's hitting people on the road because it's not full. So the more technology you bring on, it's going to bring on new issues,
new things.
Yeah. So I don't know how I feel about this. I mean, I guess, but
I don't know. It just seems so like, I said this last time, like just soulless and just like you kind of I just wish somebody was there just to do it. It's like I wonder who the guy's doing the translation.
A nice personal touch.
Yeah, it's like a personal touch to it. Now it's like beep boop boop. Here's the translation.
So to that point, I actually kind of agree because we mentioned it I think last show, but the fan subs from yesteryear, 2 decades ago. They would do like really fun things where they would tell you the actual joke that is being made in Japanese.
Yeah, I remember that.
So Tom Scott, who funny enough I think is taking a break from YouTube, a few weeks ago or a couple months ago, he put out a video talking about the dubs that he hires. Dude, did you see that at all?
No, I didn't see
I should have sent this to you. But basically, he did something in English that was very unique to English speakers, a joke of some sort, and he wanted to see how it would be translated in each language and how each language was translating it. Sometimes they would use the same words, it would work, but sometimes it just wouldn't work, and they would use a culture specific reference. They kind of brought the same point along.
Right.
Which I'm like, oh, that's really cool. And so what we're seeing here is that AI is not, I guess, as capable of finding the nuance. But two, it's sometimes I want to know what the actual Japanese reference like is.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So
I wonder if I guess the AI is maybe, I don't say too literal, I guess.
Yeah, 100%.
And it's just like it doesn't capture like the nuances as you were saying about like other cultures and stuff like that.
Don't get me wrong. I think at some point it's going to pass us.
Yeah,
like I mean, we're going to singularity is going to come. We're all going to die.
This is just like kind of the beginning. So it's like if they're doing this fine in the beginning, you can only imagine this is going to start like taking off from here.
Yeah. See. Yeah. It's sad. Yeah. Yeah. It's gonna take over. Everyone's jobs are gonna be
like even SAG. They just made a deal with an AI company a few weeks ago, which people are not happy about.
Oh really?
Yeah, because it was like why I forgot the name of the company that they teamed up with. It was like, what was the point of protesting if you were just gonna sign I didn't read the whole contract that they have with them, but it isn't as bad as people initially thought it was gonna be.
Yeah.
But it's still kind of like, like what's it gonna be?
I think, and I'm quoting Scott Galloway, who's a podcaster and entrepreneur that I follow. As of right now, in the foreseeable future, and I kind of agree with this, AI isn't going to take your job away. The person using AI will take your job away. So I do think, as of right now, there is a way to leverage this. They still need a person to oversee it because and I think this was from CBR, Anime News Network posted this. They had a couple of examples of the bad translations, and I can see this going wrong. I can see because I think what happens is that anime. Let's see. Yeah, I think corporations see dollar signs and just go, it can do it. Fire everyone.
Fire everyone.
Let's jump on this.
Let's get the machine on.
Yeah,
board.
and they don't go, okay, maybe we should slowly roll this out. Because and it's not like they're just doing it for an English audience. They're doing it for other cultures. So you really need a fine-tooth comb because there's so much nuance in languages.
Oh yeah. You can't just expect that. Just this translated. I'm like, there's a lot that goes, and I think some people don't realize that when it comes to translating and stuff like that.
So Brad, you get us a big thumbs up.
A what?
AI translations, big thumbs up. Or big thumbs up. My last thing I'll say about this, and the reason why I'm a little cold on it, is because I think this is more to try to crank out more anime.
Oh
and I'm like, I don't think we need more anime.
No, we don't.
It's it's like streaming TV. It's just too much TV.
Yeah, it's just a quantity over quality thing, and it's like we can make more things. I'm like, no, you probably shouldn't.
Yeah, right. And I'm just like
take your time with some.
Take your time. I mean, up the charge $1 a month if it means that you're going to keep people employed.
Yeah.
And once again, looking back at the old school fan subs, I wish they would be doing that. Give me the context of the joke. Sometimes you have to just give me the English version of the translation. I won't get it. But sometimes I'm just like, oh, it was neat. Like all those old school fan stuff were really they were really giving the extra effort. But this
they put a lot of work into that.
A lot of those,
and they're probably responsible for the popularity of anime.
They are absolutely responsible for the popularity.
That's definitely a discussion.
That's that's future episode. But I totally agree. They're responsible for the popularity of anime, especially in the States. Yeah, and I'm sure elsewhere. They crawl so Crunchyroll can run over their necks and give them no money.
You know what? But I love the fan subs though. I remember watching Bleach because Bleach would have all these long ass attack names. They'll actually type out I'm like, what the fuck? But on the top they would actually say translate. What? And even with Naruto with because they called it Kage Bushin no Jutsu, but it was Shadow Clone Jutsu in the dub. But they would put in the top with the fan sub, it's just Shadow Clone.
Yeah, that's actually funny. I still think about that. I don't look at the Shadow Clone. I remember the fan sub.
Kage Bushin.
It's like I want to actually see that. It's pretty cool. They always knew when to give me the actual Japanese word. It was a lot of care went into it.
One more thing. You know how they sometimes when it was a big attack, they would make it the subtitles more fancy and stuff. I was like, it was because you knew, and that made the moment a lot bigger because how they did this the attack.
Bring the fan subs, bring them back. Bring the actual fan subs.
I gotta find one of those.
Yeah, they're absolutely. If you can find it, you should send it to me. I'll put it. I'll try to slice it into the video. Yeah, no, those were fantastic. Yeah, no, oh god. Yeah, I miss those days. The AI translations get a big diagonal downward.
Oh my god, dead down. Yeah, I convinced my head stuff.
Oh my god, yeah. So I mean, okay, no, sorry. One last thing about this. The reason why I'm saying diagonal downward is because I'm sure there are some obscure, I don't want to say obscure, lesser spoken languages that would like to have anime in their native tongue. There are no Swahili dubs.
Oh,
I mean, maybe there
yeah.
are, but you don't see them. For those who don't know, my wife is from Kenya, so I speak a little Swahili. But it's very difficult finding popular media that uses Swahili like that, right? Or any other smaller countries, So I do think AI could be useful in that. So them just a bit, it's a little bit. I think it's not complete, it's not totally bad. There are some.
Yeah, there's some lesser known languages like can get something finally.